Stop talking about comic books or I'll kill you. I don't care if the Hulk could defeat the Man of Steel.
Hey there, comic fans. Good to see ya. Bullseye Bob here, and welcome to Everything Comics. Of course, as you can see, I am not at the refuge. I am here in the comfort of my own home. And so I am live and in living color from Bullseye Bob's house. There you go. But welcome to Having Comics with My Coffee. This is an impromptu episode. I haven't had an episode in almost 2 weeks now. And so I thought I would hop on, let you guys know what's going on with me. And just, kind of catch up on what's been going on and what we can expect going forward. And so I just want to say that I miss you guys. And I've been getting comments and emails from people, and I really appreciate that. But we're in uncharted waters as far as what's going on in the country, and this kind of thing is unprecedented. And so we're all just kind of playing it by ear and taking it as it comes, and most importantly, sticking together, and so that we can get through this. And so I do have a couple of announcements before I get into what is going to be today's show. But before I do that, we always talk about the coffee that we're drinking. And today, since I'm in the comfort of my own home, I have regular black coffee. And since I've really been enjoying the sweetener and the sugar-free sweetener in the cold brews lately, I have some salted caramel sugar-free sweetener, and it's really good. So here's looking at you. Cheers. Oh, that's good. And of course, you can see drinking out of my favorite Dallas Cowboys mug. My son got that for me. It is my favorite mug. Nobody touches this one because it's the best. There you go. Anyway, good coffee. So first, a couple of announcements. As you know, normally I'm on another show, and that's the new Coffee and Comics show with my good buddy Bueller at Comics with Bueller. And we have decided not to do that show going forward until this whole coronavirus pandemic is over. We both agreed that it just isn't the same when we're not sitting across from each other, and so we've kind of shelved the show. And I have to say, now that we're a couple of weeks past that announcement and that decision, I really miss hanging out with my friend and talking about comics and interacting with you guys through that particular show. And so, but just letting you guys know, if you haven't heard, we won't be doing the new Coffee and Comics show until this whole thing is over. So I just wanted to make sure that if you haven't heard about it, now you know. But Bueller, miss you, man. And I hope we get back to what we do soon, because I really miss doing that. And so there's that. And then, as you know, I'm still going to have my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. My subscriptions have kind of slowed down. It's, no wonder with everything that's going on. But I'm still having the giveaway. And so if you've already left a comment about my videos, you subscribe to the channel, you don't have to do it again. But if you want to subscribe or get in on the giveaway, all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel, leave a comment down below about what you think about my videos, and then like the video. If you've already done that, you don't have to do it again. I'm keeping a tally of everybody who's done that, and when I hit my 1,000th subscriber, I'll do a randomizer, and I'll pick a winner. And looking forward to. So the first prize that I'm giving away is an exclusive poster that I got back in January, and this was for the Image Comics event, where all of the Image executives got together and had a private signing at I Like Comics in Vancouver. It was an awesome time. Both me and Bueller and then Sam, we all went down, and we got a bunch of stuff signed. But they had an exclusive poster that was created just for that day, and it's got an image of all 6 of pieces of work that each one of those executives did, and then all of them signed it. And I'll have an image up on the screen so you can check it out if you haven't seen it already. It's amazing. And Todd McFarlane, Robert Kirkman, Mark Silvestri, and a bunch of others, they all signed it. And so that is the grand prize, and some lucky winner is going to get that. And that's just, It's an amazing poster. I also have some CDs from Ukla the Mock. And of course, they're the ones that do the theme song for the show. I've had a lot of people give comments about how much they like that song or where can I find that song. And so now here's your chance. Enter for the giveaway, and you could win one of their CDs that has that particular song on it. I have had them sign them, and I think they're going to be sending a poster as well that they're going to sign as well. So I'll be giving that away too. And then I got something special. There's a guy named Nick from YC Comics. He's a really good guy, and he wanted to partner with me for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Check this out, y'all. This is a Spawn number 9, first appearance of Angela, 9.8 CBCS slabbed, and he has donated this for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And there's some instructions on how you can enter for this, and I'm gonna let Nick go ahead and tell you that, and just watch what he has to say, and he's going to start talking about that right now.
Hey guys, Nick here, YC Comics again. A video or a channel that I watch pretty regularly is Everything Comics, and it's run by Bullseye Bob, and he's actually coming up on 1,000 subscribers. He's got there pretty quick actually, but he's about to do a 1,000 subscriber giveaway episode. He's like at 800 and something subscribers right now, so it's not too far away. But he's doing the giveaway episode. He's got a bunch of different giveaways. You have to check out his channel. Channel link will be down below for all the different giveaways he's got going on. But we're going to partner with him. And I'm going to donate this Spawn number 9 CBCS slab, 9.8 white pages. And this is the first appearance of Angela. So I'm going to donate this to him and get it packed up and shipped out to him. But to enter for this particular book, you'll have to be a subscriber of Everything Comics. You have to be a subscriber of our channel here, like this video, and comment down below, hashtag Everything Comics. All right, guys, stay tuned.
So that's it. That's how you enter to get this amazing slab. Go check out Nick's channel. Even if you don't want to enter for this amazing comic book, still subscribe to his channel. He's putting out some good content. He's going to be putting out a lot more going forward. Here pretty soon, him and I are going to do a live stream. So you guys can kind of get to know him, and I'm really looking forward to that. Probably look for that in the next week. But great prize, and if you want to enter to win that, just follow what Nick said, and just go subscribe to his channel. He's a good guy. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention is Washington State SummerCon. Now I know that a lot of the cons have gotten canceled here recently because of the virus. As of right now, Washington State SummerCon, as far as we know, is still on. That's happening June 25th and 26th in Puyallup, Washington. If everything goes well, Bueller, myself, Sam, Damian, Sleepy Birder 666, all the Portland Comics crew will be there. And the lineup there is incredible, and this is one that you don't want to miss. I'll leave a link to the website down below. Anyway, that's my announcements, and so now I kind of want to just get into what today is about, because this is kind of impromptu. I don't have any new comics to review, and so why did I want to do this? Well, I kind of wanted to just let you know where I'm at. I'm not going to be doing the Having Comics with My Coffee show until this is over. One of the things that's the hallmark of the show is reviewing comics, and there are no new comics to review. And I've kind of taken a stance on that. I know that a lot of the publishing companies have decided not to put out digital comics until this is over, and I agree with that because that would have hurt the comic shops even more if they were putting out all of these digital people were buying, and then they were just going to flood the comic shops with with the printed material after this was all over. I don't think that would have worked. A lot of people agree with that, and so I've decided myself that if they do come out with digital books, I will not be buying them. Because I want as much as possible to support the LCSs, and as I've heard so many stories about a lot of great comic shops going out of business. They're shutting their doors because they just can't weather the storm. this whole coronavirus thing was the straw that broke the camel's back for a lot of them, and we're seeing many shops close, and it's really sad. So now that I've told you what I'm not doing, let's talk about what I am doing. So first thing is I've been working from home. I'm very fortunate. I get to work in an industry that is deemed essential, which is transportation. And I also have a company that's really great when it comes to technology. And so I am able to work from home. I'm one of those that are fortunate. I know that there are a lot of people out there who can't work. And I know that that's been a burden on a lot of people, and it's really crippled a lot of people. And so I am very grateful and consider myself fortunate. You know that I'm a pastor, and I'm constantly praying that this wouldn't go on for so long, and that people would be able to be relieved, because I know a lot of people are scared right now. And but I am one of the fortunate ones. And so Monday through Friday, usually from about 5 a.m. until about 3, I'm online working from home. And you'd think that there wouldn't be much to do, but there is plenty to do. We have to keep our manufacturing plants running, and I'm a material planner, and so making sure that parts are going to get there for trucks to be built is a number one priority. And with so many companies closing down, not just some of our suppliers, but secondary suppliers that supply them, there's kind of a juggling act to making sure that the plants stay open. And so yeah, that's what I've been doing. And I enjoy what I do during the daytime, and so that's been keeping me pretty busy. And beyond working from home, I am trying to stay connected. Family and friends and church family. Been trying to stay in contact either by phone or by text, and some with email, which is kind of a weird thing because we can't gather. I didn't think that I would miss my church family as much as that I have, but when you can't get together and you can't do what you normally do, at least for me, it's been just a weird time, a weird feeling. And I can't wait till we can gather again. And so I don't know about you, but I like working from home every once in a while. I like kicking back. I love being in my pajamas all day sometimes. But not being able to get together with people, that can be a drag. And so I don't know. I don't know if you're going through anything like that as well, but I do miss a lot of people. So I try to stay connected. I am reading a lot of comics. I don't know about you guys, but I got plenty of reading material between, comics that I've bought, back issues, between that and digitally. I got the Marvel Unlimited app. I got a ton of stuff digitally from the Hoopla app from the library. And I got stuff that people have given me that I borrowed. And so I just kind of wanted to kind of show you guys what I've been reading. In the last week or so, I read the Daredevil Reborn, the 4-part miniseries. That's a series that Two Gun Pedro gave me, and I enjoyed it. I'm not a huge Andy Diggle fan. It was enjoyable. It did drive home to me the fact that Andy Diggle is really not in touch with who the character is, but other than that, it was actually a good story. So there's that. And then Damien, Sleepy Reader 666, he let me borrow this big guy, and this is a comic book that I never actually read before. It's called Kaiju Max from Oni Press. I've really enjoyed this. My start into science fiction was kaiju monsters when I was when I was a little kid back in the late 60s, early 70s. Godzilla, the War of the Gargantuas, Ultraman, all those type of movies and shows were coming out, and I couldn't get enough of them. And this series of comics I'd never even heard of before, and it's really cool. It's about an island, kind of like Monster Island. And all of the kaiju on there are in prison. The island is an actual prison, so that's why it's called Kaiju Max, like maximum state prison. And it's kind of a cool read. It's like you get all the elements of a normal prison type story. There's drugs. There's the guards are corrupt. There's people trying to escape, and there's all those elements that normally go into a prison story with a bunch of kaiju, and which is kind of cool. The one thing I really like about this book, the author, I can't think of his name, Xander Cannon. The thing I like the most about it is on every page at the bottom, he has a little blurb that he kind of tells you the movies that he's drawn from or what he was thinking when he did certain panels. And so it's kind of a cool companion to go through. I don't know if I enjoy it as much reading it back to back. I think I would enjoy it more month to month because reading it back to back, I found that, some of the storyline kind of gets kind of one note. But I do think I would enjoy this very much if it was a month-to-month book. So, Damien, thank you very much. I definitely have enjoyed this. And then I've been catching up on Ice Cream Man, and so I read issues 4 through 8, which was amazing. I just love this book. If you're not reading Ice Cream Man, you should be. I read the Ultimate Daredevil and Elektra, the 4-part series. I missed out on a lot of the Ultimates stuff, and so that was kind of cool to read that. Kind of a different take, but yeah, I enjoyed reading it. Another one that I've started, I haven't finished yet, is Oblivion Song. So this is my first foray into checking that one out. That's Robert Kirkman, and this is the first 6 issues. I'm about 3 issues into it, and I'm digging it. It's pretty cool. What else have I read? I did do Kaiju Max. Yeah, so that's kind of what I've been reading lately. And then I got a bunch of stuff on my list to read. Let's see. The next one up after I get done with Oblivion Song, I've got the first 12 issues of the last run of Criminal by Ed Brubaker. I'm looking forward to reading that. I've never actually read Criminal before. And everybody keeps telling me that I need to read it. I love Ed Brubaker stuff. So I will be checking that out. Let's see here. What else? I'm finishing up Saga. I think I've got another 10 issues to go. I keep putting it down and coming back to it, And once I'm done with those last 10 issues, I will be all caught up and ready to go for when they restart that. It was supposed to restart back up sometime this year. I'm pretty sure the coronavirus has pushed that back. But yeah, I have enjoyed that a lot more than I thought that I would. And so that's another one I'm reading. I'm also going to read The Immortal Iron Fist, another run by Ed Brubaker. That's another one I was told by a bunch of people that I need to read, and I'm excited, really excited to get into that one. What else? Oh yeah, and then I've been slowly going through all of the back issues of Avengers and Fantastic Four leading up to Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars series. And this is one where Robbie from Pop Culture Philosophers, him and I are huge Doctor Doom fans. And he has a whole piece of Doctor Doom that I don't have in my repertoire yet because I had put down comics for a number of years after I sold my collection. And so I got holes. I got holes in my Doctor Doom history, mythology, and I'm trying to catch up on that stuff. And so I'm really looking forward to finally getting into Secret Wars. But he said that the best way to do it was to catch up on those leading up into it, and I'd get the full effect from it. And so I've been kind of slowly going through that, which is kind of cool. And then another one, which is kind of weird that I've never actually read before, is Court of Owls. I pretty much know the storyline, but I've never actually read The Court of Owls by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. But yeah, that's one I have never read before, so I'm really excited to finally read The Court of Owls. And so yeah, that's what I've been reading and what I'm going to read. What are you guys reading? I'd like to hear that. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys are reading, what you have been reading. I just almost knocked over Daredevil there. So what else am I doing? I'm going to be making videos, but I won't be doing the Having Comics with My Coffee show. I will be doing some live streams. I think next week I have one scheduled that I'm going to do with Robbie. I know Easter's coming up, and on Easter Sunday, I got a sit down with Will from Hero and the Kid. I'm really looking forward to that. And I'll probably be doing some other live streams, just, here impromptu at the house. I really enjoy doing those. So I will have some of those coming up. I do have something that I've been thinking about doing for a while, which is to show everybody my all of the covers in my personal collection of every book that I have bullseye on the cover. I thought that'd be kind of fun to do, and I might make it a challenge. Maybe have people pick their favorite villains and show me how many books you have in your collection with that villain on the cover. So it's just something fun to do. So I'll probably be doing that in the next couple of days, and that'll drop. But I'm thinking of ways to create some new content. But the stuff that I love to do is the coffee and comic show. Love hanging out with you guys, drinking some coffee and talking about comics. And so I can't wait to get back to that. What else am I doing? I don't normally get a chance to play video games a lot, and I've been playing some video games. One game that I bought a while ago that I never actually played was Shadow of Mordor. So I started playing Shadow of Mordor, which is really cool. I love those games that have the combat system from like the Arkham games, and that's one of them. And that's the other game that I'll just play impromptu. Like if I'm stressing out or I just need a break, since I'm here at home and not at work, what I'll do is I'll switch over and I'll pull up Arkham City or Arkham Asylum, and I'll play the challenge levels and just go for some straight up fighting for a while. And I don't know why I love those. It's kind of monotonous, and I love stringing together combos and seeing how far I can get. And so I've been having some fun with that. I haven't been able to play video games for a while. And then I'm watching a lot of TV. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure, you're probably in the same boat. So here lately, some movies that I watched. I finally watched the movie Parasite, which won Best Picture. I don't think it was as good as everybody said it was. It's a pretty cool movie. It was very intriguing, but I don't think that it was the caliber movie that should have beat out all those other ones that were on the slate that night. So I finally got to watch that. Watched Jojo Rabbit. Of course, that was directed by Taika Waititi, and that was really good. I really dug that. I don't know if you guys have seen Guns Akimbo. That's kind of more of a dark comedy with the guy that played Harry Potter. Finally got to see Bloodshot, and of course I got one of the early releases to watch it here at the house, and that was pretty cool. Wasn't a great movie, but definitely worth a watch. If you haven't seen it, I would say that it's definitely worth it. And then a lot of stuff on like Netflix and streaming. I watched that Tiger King, which I know everybody's probably watching that now. That was kind of a trip. And then there was a movie that I don't suggest anybody watch because it was the most messed up movie I have seen in years. It's called The Platform on Netflix. That movie is messed up. That's all I got to say. Then on HBO, they had The Outsider, which is actually done a story by Stephen King. That was a really cool slow burn. If you haven't seen that one yet, definitely check it out. And then I'm kind of working my way through Hunters right now, which is kind of cool. And I started Ozark. I didn't like the way it began, so I put that down. But now that I got all this time, I definitely want to go back through and watch The Watchmen again. I thought that was just masterfully done and so incredible. I can't wait to kind of dive back into it and slowly kind of digest some of the things that I probably missed. But if you haven't seen The Watchmen, it's incredible. And then I've been watching a lot of news. So, just keeping the mind busy. And then also have been doing, I haven't done it yet, but now that I've got this time, I want to get back to coloring. Some of you know that I have done some adult coloring. I'm actually pretty good at it. And I got 2 pieces that I really want to get to. I got one that's a work in progress that I started a while back. It's a Justice League piece. I'll put the graphic of it up on the screen. So I'm planning on finishing that. And then I have this really cool, it's the only Doctor Doom piece that I have in all my books. And so it's basically one of Doctor Doom holding Peter Parker up by his leg. And it's a really cool piece. So I'm gonna start that one and see how far I can get on it. But yeah, I love coloring, and again, just trying, got all this time, so might as well do it. And then, instead of going to church, we're doing church here at home. We have church live streaming, and that's been, at least, we can have church. At least we can, connect that way, which has been weird, but at least we have that available. And then, my diet. It's been kind of hard to stay on my diet the way that I should be, because I'm bored. And when I'm bored, I tend to eat more. And when I eat more, I tend to not eat the right things. And so in the last week, I've gained about 3 pounds. And so it's something I definitely need to watch and get back on track with. But yeah, that's all that's going on in Bullseye Bob's life. Let me know what's going on in yours. Normally when I do the coffee videos, I have a question of the week, and so I do have a question of the week this time. And let's see how I should do this. So actually, I'm going to do two. I'm going to do 2 questions of the week. The first one comes from Comic Rogue 1, and he asked, "What are the grails that I'm hunting for?" Great question. My grails are probably completely different than most people's, only because I've been a collector for a long time, and there's some books that I have held. I used to have. I don't know if I'll ever have them again, but I did have the satisfaction of owning them. But there are some books that I've never owned that I really want. So one of the things that one of the books that I want to get, I'm going to give you my pretty much my top 10 list. The first one is Superman 199, and no first appearance or not really a key or anything like this, but this is the first time that the Flash and Superman raced against each other. And I don't know why, but when I was a kid, I loved those books. Anytime that those two raced, I got really excited about it. And so this is the first time they ever did that. So that one's definitely dear to my heart, and one that I want. Next one is Fantastic Four number 25. This one is another one of those where you got 2 greats going up against each other, and this is the first time that the Hulk and the Thing battled it out against each other. And I've always had so much fun reading those books when the Hulk and the Thing would go up against each other. So that's definitely on my list. Next one is Journey in the Mystery number 112. That's another great one. This is the first time that the Hulk and Thor battled it out, and I used to love those battles. And so yeah, my first 3 on the top of my list are kind of those books. What if, when I was a kid, what if this character went up against that character, who would win? And I always loved those, and so they're kind of dear to my heart. The next one is Flash number 139. Of course, that's the first appearance of the Reverse Flash. Always wanted that book. I've never had a chance to be able to get it. Next one, this one's still pretty obtainable, but I don't have it, and that's the New Teen Titans number 2. That's first appearance of Deathstroke, and I remember I did have it back in the day, but he's one of my favorite villains, anti-heroes, whatever you want to call them, and I'd definitely like to have that in my collection again. Another one is the Giant Size X-Men number 1. Who doesn't want that in their collection? That one, Hulk 181, Amazing Spider-Man 129, those are all mainstays from my generation that everybody always wanted in their collection. But that's the one out of those books that I really want more than the others. And then here's my top 5. So Amazing Spider-Man number 13, first appearance of Mysterio. I've always loved Mysterio, and I would love to have that book. Number 4 would be Amazing Spider-Man number 50, first appearance of the Kingpin, iconic cover, that red cover, and that's one that I've never had in my collection, and I'd like to get a nice copy of it. Another one is The Flash number 106, first appearance of Gorilla Grodd. That's another one that's very hard to obtain. I know it's up there in price. I don't know if I'll ever own one, but I definitely want to have the first appearance of Gorilla Grodd in my collection. And then my number 2 is Daredevil number 1. I used to have one way back in the day. This was before they had CGC. If I had to grade it, it was probably a 3.5 maybe. It wasn't, all that great of a copy, but it was mine. And I'd love to have first appearance of my boy, DD. And then my Grail of Grails, the one that I don't know if I'll ever get because it's really spendy. But I would love to have Fantastic Four number 5. That is my ultimate Grail. And of course, that's the first appearance of Dr. Doom. I've never owned a copy of it, and that's a must-have for my collection. That one means a lot to me. These are all ones that if I obtained, I'd probably never sell, because most of those mean a lot to me. And so those are my Grails. Great question. Thanks very much, Comic Rogue One. The next question comes from Logan Lumpkins. You guys all know Logan. He was the gentleman who, did this artwork for me. This was an amazing surprise, and he sent this to Bueller. I just love this piece. And again, Logan, thank you very much. I will try to show this off as much as I can because I love this thing. Check it out. Here we go. There it is. That's just awesome stuff. But he sent a question, and his question was, what are my favorite Daredevil covers? And great question, but that's a hard one for me. I mean, there are so many covers that I just absolutely love. I will say that I think my top 2 covers are both by Joe Quesada, and that would be a Daredevil Volume 2, issue number 1. That's the first issue of the Guardian Devil storyline. And then issue number 3, where he's basically holding onto the cross up on top of the building. I love that cover. And so I think those are my 2 all-time favorite. I also love Volume 2, number 117. That's the one where you see Daredevil and Kingpin shaking hands in a back alleyway. It just speaks to me of forgiveness and kind of burying the hatchet. And so I just love that image. Then there's the Daredevil number 612 variant cover by Paulo Rivera. And that right there is the Netflix variant cover. This shows Charlie Cox as Daredevil and Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. Love the artwork on this cover. And so that's another one of those that I really, really dig. Then there's Daredevil 600 that Joe Quesada did where he's in the black togs. Love that one. And then in Volume 6, the new ones that have just come out, issue number 1, there was a Comics Pro variant. I actually have it, and I just love that cover. It really struck me, and I think it became popular just because of the visual on it. And then also the very first issue by Marco Cicchetto. I'll put graphics up on the screen of all these. And then the last one, which actually hasn't come out yet, is issue number 22, also by Marco Cicchetto. Amazing cover, and I can't wait for that one to come out. Of course, now that's been delayed, so I'm going to have to wait even more. But yeah, those are the Daredevil covers that strike me the most. There are so many that I love. I mean, there's probably not enough time for me to tell you every single cover that really strikes me, but those are, at the moment, those are my favorite covers. Those are the ones I love the most. And so, Logan, again, thank you for the artwork, but thank you very much for the question. And guys, I've pretty much run out of questions, so leave a question down in the comments. It's a great way for us to be able to interact, and I love answering those. And so leave a question in the comments, and we'll get to know each other. What are your guys' favorite Daredevil covers, and what grails are you looking for? I'd love to hear that from you guys. And but that's it, folks. That's pretty much where I'm at, what I'm doing, what I'm not doing. And we got a couple of questions in there. And so now I want to do something really quick, and I know that this is not everybody's cup of tea, so I'm going to give you a chance at this particular point, if you want to turn off the video, you can. But I'm going to talk about my faith for a second, just because of where we're at. And I know that that's not what I normally use my channel for. But I'm definitely going to talk about it right now. So if that's not something that you want to hear, I want to give you the choice to be able to turn that off, so that nobody can say that I'm trying to, to shove my religion down anybody's throat. I'd never want to do that. Religion and, the choice to follow God is somebody's choice. And so just like this right now, it's your choice to listen to this if you so want to going forward. But I just want to say this. In a time where there's so much uncertainty, you have this pandemic, which has hurt a lot of people. There are a lot of people dying. People are hurt financially, and people are uncertain about maybe even where their next meal comes from. And I don't know about you, but I don't think I'd be able to get through this if I didn't have faith in God. And I just want to say that if you already have faith, and you would like prayer, I'd love to pray for you. Just do me a favor, leave a comment down in the comment section, or also my email is down in the description. Feel free to email me. I would love to pray for you. And also for those of you who don't have faith, I don't know how somebody can get through this without having hope in something larger than yourself. And I would say that if you don't have a relationship with God, it's important. It's one of those things that I would say that is the most important thing for anybody to have an understanding of and to have a relationship with God. And if you've never done that before, I would say just get alone with that book. Pick up the Bible and just pray this simple prayer. Say, God, I don't know you, but I'd like to. Reveal yourself to me. Speak to me. I'm listening. And then read. At that point, you don't really have a relationship yet, but you can't start a relationship up with somebody you don't know. And that's what I did. When my life was going completely haywire, I had tried so many things in my lifetime that never worked. I was never good for myself, and I had nowhere else to go. And so for the first time, I finally turned and said, I'll do what the book says. I'll try and see if what happens here is good for me or not. And you know what? My life started to transform. And the more that I read that word, the more that the word started speaking to me. And I understood what it meant when it says that the word became flesh. And I started a relationship with Jesus. If you don't have that, I would just encourage you. Just pick up that book. Pray that prayer. I want to know you. Please reveal yourself to me. And find out for yourself who God is. I know that at times like this is something that is so important. I know that it's helping me, and it breaks my heart to know that there's people out there who don't have any hope. And so I would like to be able to introduce you to the possibility of having hope in Jesus. And that all comes from your choice. If that's something that you'd like to talk to me about, do me a favor, leave a comment, send me an email. I'd love to talk to you about that. But these are hard of times as it is. And in times like this, I would say that people need hope. And the best hope that I know is in Jesus. I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, because it is the power unto him unto salvation. And faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. And if you want to get to know him, the best way to know him, the best way to get to know him, is by picking up that book and reading it. Get along with it by yourself. Don't let anybody else tell you what's in there. Read it for yourself, and don't try to assess it with your mind. Let it speak to your heart. Anyway, I hope you guys are safe. I hope that you guys are sound. I want to let you know I love you. I miss you. And I just wanted to open the door for anybody that needs some help, needs some hope. Get a hold of me. Let me know what's going on. I'd love to talk to you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Can't wait to be able to talk with you guys and to interact with you again. But I'll keep doing the videos. Anyway, as always, folks, remember, always support your local comic shop. And Excelsior. Y'all take care, guys. Bye.
Rearrange your face if you continue to debate whether Logan's claws could pierce Steve Rogers'